secretaries and experts of the development agencies, distinguished members of the media, and distinguished participants. Minister of Industry and Technology, General Director of Development Agencies, it's an absolute honor to have your cordial presence here with us today on the occasion of the launch event for the Social Entrepreneurship, Empowerment and Cohesion Project funded by the EU in partnership with the World Bank and implemented in cooperation with the development agencies in a total of 11 provinces. Sayın valiler, bakan yardımcılarım, bakan yardımcım. Sayın valiler, bakan yardımcım, değerli büyükelçiler ve saygıdeğer eşleri, AB delegasyonunun kıymetli temsilcileri, sayın kalkınma ajansları genel müdürü, belediye başkanları, Sanayi ve Teknoloji Bakanlığı çalışanları, kalkınma ajanslarımızın genel sekreteri, sevgili katılım. Yok. Var. Valiler hatta. Valiler. Birkaç taneymiş. Öyle dediler. Soralım. Aslında vali bir değil midir? Kaç şehrin valisi? Bence de. Düzeltiyorum. Distinguished Governor, Deputy Minister, His and Her Excellencies, Mr. and Mrs. Ambassadors, distinguished representatives of the EU delegation, development generals, mayors, Ministry of Industry and Technology employees, general secretaries and experts of the development agencies, distinguished members of the media, and distinguished participants. As the Turkish Minister of Industry and Technology, General Director of Development Agencies, it's an absolute honor to have your cordial presence here with us today on the occasion of the launch event for the Social Entrepreneurship, Empowerment and Cohesion Project, and it is funded by the EU delegation in partnership with the World Bank and is implemented in cooperation with the development agencies in a total of 11 provinces. Sayın Valim, valim deriz değil mi? Sayın valim deriz, valim. Sayın valim, bakan yardımcım, öyle tercih ediyorlar. Sayın valim, bakan yardımcım, değerli büyükelçiler ve saygıdeğer eşleri, AB delegasyonunun kıymetli temsilcileri, Sayın Kalkınma Ajansları Genel Müdürü, belediye başkanları, Sanayi ve Teknoloji Bakanlığı çalışanları, kalkınma ajanslarımızın genel sekreterleri ve uzmanları, değerli basın mensupları ve kıymetli katılımcılar. Sanayi ve Teknoloji Bakanlığı, Kalkınma Ajansları Genel Müdürlüğü ev sahipliğinde düzenlenen, Dünya Bankası ortaklığında Avrupa Birliği tarafından fonlanan ve Kalkınma Ajansları işbirliğinde ülkemizin Sosyal Girişimcilik, Güçlendirme ve Uyum Projesi'nin açılış töreni vesilesiyle sizleri ağırlamaktan onur duyuyoruz. Hoş geldiniz, şeref verdiniz.
This project will support the youth and all those who are highly motivated to bring positive social change. With the expertise of the World Bank, the extensive capacity of the Ministry, we hope the project will support a favorable environment for the social enterprises so that they can operate on an equal footing with other enterprises. The European Union is committed to closely cooperate with all institutions involved to support an inclusive social entrepreneurship ecosystem. This will promote the resilience of refugees and Turkish host communities. I'm looking forward to visiting in the near future the social enterprises and livelihood facilities which will be supported by this project, I hope again in this province. I wish the World Bank, the Ministry of Industry and Technology, and all stakeholders a successful implementation and a good day. Thank you very much.
His Excellency Mr. Ambassador, thank you so much for your speech, sir. Sayın Büyükelçi'ye çok teşekkür ediyoruz konuşmalarından dolayı. Hanımefendiler, beyefendiler, biraz önceki teknik arıza sanıyorum giderildi ve ülke direktörü
Now the technical issue has been resolved, and now we're connected with Mr. Kome once again. Mr. Kome, can you hear me?
The technical issue has been resolved. Ladies and gentlemen, we will now try to once again have a connection with the country director for the World Bank, Mr. Kome. Ladies and gentlemen, we will need to
Martin. So, with the projects we conducted with European delegation, we also enhanced the capacities of incorporations in our Turkey, and we really know the value of the development agencies and made be known by the Mardin and other people, because these people do not work as a classical field people. We do not say, you bring the project, we will value it. Distinguished guests, distinguished members of press, we actually want to say that, we actually want to emphasize that let's come with the idea, we will conduct the project together. So we expect your studies in this framework. In the upcoming period, our ministry will deal with both FRIT, which actually contains to this project in terms of 40 million euro, and the IPA projects. We are working with very closely, and we are ready to work with European delegation very closely. So we will be very, I think we'll be, it will be very good if the European Union grants this amounts fairly, and there will be some solid work here if this thing happens. So in the upcoming periods, the development agencies will enhance themselves with the help of the ministry and with the help of the European Union. Now, actually, there are the corporations, that want to apply to the European entities, and we work closely with them. In terms of the central budget given by the Republic of Turkey and the funds from European Union, we work very hard that they do not go in vain, that they are used in their place, and we really want to conduct some great work here. And I see that everyone is doing what they're supposed to do. And maybe some of the participants here do not know this, but some of the European important program, and it will improve and make access to the European programs. And in terms of their usage, we really want to use these grants through the development agencies. We want to create qualified employment here. We are after the youth here for them to become competitive in the global context. Distinguished guests, as I mentioned in the beginning of my speech, this territory is the cradle of civilization. It's far from every kind of distinction, and it's focused with human and mercy. Turkey has been a home of a big refugee flow, and it's almost the sole country that manages this kind of migration flow. And this country has the understanding to host the people that does not have any place to accommodate. And with the prayers of these people and with the blessings of God, I think that the Republic of Turkey will last forever. And with the effects of the Syrian civil war that took place in the past, Turkey opened its doors to many, many refugees, and deserves a lot more grants, deserves a lot more help than there is. Actually, frit means Belgian fries in Belgium. So the actual food is bigger. So frit, speaking of frit, Turkey deserves greater funds than that of frit. So in terms of the cooperation we have with European Union, we are looking forward to new projects, new funds, and we attach a great importance to it. Coming to the end of my speech, I would like to thank to the European Commission, to the Project Implementation Center in Turkish and European entities. And actually, unfortunately, they're not here. I would like to thank World Bank. I would like to thank the General Directorate of Development agencies and their employees and general secretaries. And talking about our provinces, I hope that all of the people here will live in peace and prosperity. I hope that this will happen for our country, for youth and women employment, we really attach great importance to enhance the distinguished governor, distinguished mayors and chairs, distinguished members and their excellency, the ambassadors from European Union. I would like to thank you all, and I would like to cordially greet you with on behalf of my ministry. Thank you.
Sayın Bakanım, vermiş olduğunuz bu değerli, kıymetli bilgilerden dolayı sizlere çok teşekkür ediyoruz efendim.
Thank you for your speech, sir.
For this very valuable speech with a lot of details. Thank you. Hanımefendiler, beyefendiler, biraz önceki internet bağlantımızın yeniden tesis edildiğine dair bir bilgi elimize ulaştı. Dünya Bankası Ülke Direktörü Sayın Kaume ile sanıyorum tekrar bir bağlantımız olacak ve kendisini dinliyor olacağız. Ladies and gentlemen, the internet connection that we had a problem about has been resolved. I've just been informed, and we will now be having online speech by the country director, World Bank country director, Mr. Kaume. Mr. Kaume, can you hear me, sir?
Yes, I can hear you, ma'am. Thank you very much. Okay, thank you. Sincere apologies. I was apologizing actually for not being there in Mardin with you in this lovely city, the cradle of civilization. Now I have to apologize for also disrupting the flow of event because of the poor internet connection on our side. Really sincere apologies. Distinguished guests, honorable ministers, governors, I'm not sure where I lost the connection, so I will go very quickly now so I don't repeat too much of what I said earlier. I would really like to say that we welcome the effort put in this event by the Ministry of Industry and Technology and organizing such a very successful event to celebrate this important project, the SEECO project. I would also like to give credit to the government of Turkey and the people of Turkey for having shown the world how to handle a large flow of refugees, and not just welcoming them in your homes, but opening the door of economic opportunities to them. And we at the World Bank, we are no expert in this area, but we have really enjoyed the partnership with the European Union, who has generously provided funding to help the refugee situation. And if I go back to what we heard from Shetin Ali Bey, Turkey needs more fund, and we will also be prepared to continue working with Turkey and the EU if more funds were to come in. We are very proud to be associated to this effort. We are a development institution. We don't normally work on humanitarian issues, but when refugee situations are protracted, we have expertise to work on the development side of the continuum of humanitarian to development. We have actually developed what we call the development approach to refugees and forced migration, which has allowed us to help provide employability and other economic opportunities to refugees and host communities hosting them. And we have also provided support for social cohesion in a number of situations. And we have also designed ways of helping refugees not only insert themselves in their host communities, but also prepare for home country return in case they were planning to return to their original homes. We will be very, very proud to continue working in this space, but I wanted to share with you what we've done so far. We have about 12 projects in our portfolio focused on refugees and host communities, 9 of which have been co-financed by the European Fund Facility for Refugees in Turkey, the FRIT, which we just heard about. This is a large number of projects in our portfolio, and many of them, as I said, are focused on economic opportunities. We're very proud that this particular one, the SEECO, is focused on social cohesion, because we believe that without social cohesion, economic investment will not be productive or may not be sustained. The SEECO project is very timely. Whilst designed to respond to the refugee situation, it is also a very appropriate project to help respond to the impact of the COVID crisis and the ongoing war in Ukraine and their impact. on communities in Turkey and refugees in Turkey. We know that COVID and the war in Ukraine have slowed down the significant progress that Turkey had been making in reducing poverty, creating employment for all. So the project will perhaps help reduce that slowing trend and perhaps even create more jobs in the specific communities that the project will be implemented in. We know that when refugees came to Turkey in the early 2010, many of them created businesses in the informal sector with very little support. This project will help formalize some of the enterprises they created and providing them with more skills that they can use to grow their businesses, their opportunities, and also provide opportunities and skills to host communities to also create businesses that can benefit refugees as consumers and create more jobs locally for the local economies. We think that this project could be a good example for other regions in Turkey and for other projects. The fact that the project is generating benefits for up to 19,000 people in just 11 provinces is monumental. It will create jobs for and other livelihood opportunities for 11,000 refugees and host community members directly, and it will also provide incubation services for through grants for social entrepreneurs, as well as providing 70 livelihood facilities where communities can go to find support. One thing that we like the most about this project is the focus on women and youth. 70% of the beneficiaries will be women. This will help tap the vast potential that women have to contribute to the economic success of Turkey in the short term as well as in the long term. 30% of the beneficiaries will be among the youth. This also is a sign that the project is focused on the future and future generation. The project is designed in a very innovative way. It will be implemented by the regional development agencies of the Ministry of Industry and Technology. The regional development agencies are really the backbone of the government in terms of development work at the local level. So the fact that the project will use their expertise is very innovative, and we think that, again, this could be an example for other projects. The project has been designed and is being managed by a strong technical team in the Ministry of Industry and Technology, as well as in the World Bank. The Ministry of Industry and Technology team is led by Mr. Ahmed Shimshek, and on the World Bank side, the team is led by Natasha Lemal, and I would like to acknowledge their hard work, their excellent work, and let them know that we are the World Bank, both in Ankara and in Washington and elsewhere. We are here to support the successful implementation of this project. Let me close by saying that we look forward to the rest of the program. In particular, we look forward to hearing from women entrepreneurs, the real beneficiaries of the project. We would like to hear from them directly through their voice on how the project is being useful already and how it can be made more useful for them in the future. So with that, I would like to thank you all for your patience and turn back to the Master of Ceremony. Thank you very much.
Mr. Kome, thank you so much for the wealth of information you have shared with us. Thank you. Sayın Kome'ye çok teşekkür ediyoruz bizlerle paylaşmış oldukları bu bilgiler için. Saygıdeğer katılımcılarımız, Mardin Valimiz Sayın Mahmut Demirtaş'ı konuşmalarını yapmak üzere kürsüye teşriflerini arz ediyorum. Buyurunuz Sayın Valim. Mr. Governor, thank you so much for your speech in advance. Thank you, we're honored, sir.
Sayın Bakanım, kıymetli büyükelçilerimiz, kıymetli eşleri, saygıdeğer konuklar, değerli basın mensupları. Ben de sözlerime başlamadan önce şehit düşen Mehmetçiklerimize Allah'tan rahmet diliyorum. Memleketimizin ve milletimizin başı sağ olsun. Sosyal girişimcilik, güçlendirme ve uyum projesinin açılış programına hoş geldiniz diyor. Hepinizi sevgiyle ve saygıyla selamlıyorum. Öncelikle değerli misafirlerimizi medeniyetlerin kesişim noktası Mardin'de ağırlamaktan duyduğum büyük memnuniyeti ifade etmek istiyorum. Kıymetli konuklar, bilindiği üzere 2011 yılında başlayan Suriye'deki insanlık dramı tarihin tanık olduğu en büyük zorunlu göç hareketlerinden birisidir. Ülke nüfusunun yarıdan fazlasını yerinden, yurdundan eden bu göç dalgasına kan ve gözyaşıyla yazılan bu drama devletimiz ve milletimiz duyarsız kalmamıştır. Milletimiz ilk günden itibaren Suriyeli misafirlerimizle aşını, ocağını paylaşırken
Our people has shared their tears and their sadnesses, and to the people who had to abandon their places, they both opened their border gates and doors of their hearts.
yapılan bu fedakarlıkla birlikte geçici koruma statüsündeki Suriyeli misafirlerimizin ihtiyaçlarının karşılanması adına uluslararası imkanlar da kullanılmıştır. Sağlanan uluslararası imkanlarla daha ziyade sosyal yardım projeleri ve entegre
And social facilities and have been undertaken. And with this project, and we believe and we are certainly sure that this project will be giving the best results. And the local partnership is also important, and with the help that we receive from the international bodies, I believe that this will be contributing positively to the social cohesion to be achieved and integration of the Syrian refugees. The only way would be through how the refugees can get their own employment and how they can stand. It's only through how they could stand on their 2 feet and being employed as well. And all those other disadvantaged refugees at the socio-economic level, and from this point onwards, and making sure that the women are also participating in the labor force is another leg of the project. Not only the Syrian refugee women, but also the Turkish women, and their access to economy and their access to employability. We believe that social entrepreneurship sets a great opportunity. All the projects that we have initiated, we are trying to catch the life standard that is apt for the human dignity, and we're trying to introduce the human dignity-based life as well. And we are cooperating closely with AFAD and Red Crescent and all the other NGOs, and we are coordinating with them, and we're working closely with them in full cooperation. And shelter, accommodation, and health, and these are the topics, but there are many other topics under which we continue meticulously, and we will be continuing meticulously as well. All the temporary protection, Syrian refugees and migrants, they're very much eager, and we are taking every single measure in order to extend helping hands to them. The deep-rooted history of our state is based on this philosophy, providing the service, and is the source of great happiness for all of us. And through this occasion, I would like to wish this launch of SEECO to be very beneficial, and I would like to cordially greet you all, Mr. Ambassadors, Mr. and Mrs. Ambassadors, and the Deputy Minister and all the other stakeholders, and certainly to the Ministry of Industry and Technology, the Development Agency DG, the World Bank, and the other development agencies. I would like to greet you and cordially greet you all. Sayın Valimize konuşmalarından dolayı teşekkür ediyoruz.
I'd like to thank our esteemed governor.
Your speech. Saygıdeğer katılımcılar, ülkemiz kadınlar ve gençler için yenilikçi, sürdürülebilir istihdam alanları oluşturulması konusunda önemli adımlar atmakta. Yerelde kalkınma ajanslarımızın yürüttüğü projeler değişimlerin öncüsü olmakta. esteemed participants, ladies and gentlemen, to create innovative, sustainable employment for women and the young, Turkey is taking very concrete steps and significant other efforts, especially through the local development agencies. Numerous projects by these agencies are success stories. Sosyal girişimcilik, güçlendirme ve uyum projesinin SEECO'nun ilk adımının atılışına bugün hep birlikte şahit oluyoruz. Bölgemizdeki kadınların ve gençlerin sosyal ve ekonomik güçlendirmesini sağlayacak olan bu projemiz odağına sosyal girişimciliğini alarak toplumsal dayanışmanın, uyumun, refahın kolaylaştırıcısı olacaktır. Social entrepreneurship, empowerment and cohesion project SEECO, due to its very nature, will certainly facilitate social solidarity, cohesion, and thus overall well-being and prosperity. And now we will be watching a video on our project and our activities to be more informed on the details. Kıymetli misafirlerimiz, projemizi daha iyi tanımak ve faaliyetlerimizle ilgili olarak daha çok bilgi edinmek üzere ve faaliyetlerimize kısa bir bakış atmak için hazırlanan tanıtım videosunu hep birlikte izliyoruz. Teşekkürler.
Çözümler sunan sosyal girişimcilik için yeni bir adım. Sosyal girişimcilik güçlendirme ve uyum projesi toplanıyor. Birinci bileşen kadınlar ve gençler için sosyal girişimcilik. Bu bileşende 4400 kadın ve gence eğitimler, yeni kurulacak mikro, orta ve büyük ölçekli girişimlere 10.000 avroya, mevcut girişimcilere ise 25.000 avroya kadar destek verilecek. İhtiyaç, sektör ve pazar analizleri yapılacak. İkinci bileşen sosyal girişimcilik ve geçim kaynağı tesisleri. Proje hayata geçtiğinde 11 ilde 7.000'den fazla kişinin faydalanabileceği 70 tesis açılacak. Yerel yürütücülüğü ise kurumsal kapasitesi yüksek kalkınma ajanslarında. Proje 11 ilde uygulanacak. Projedeki ana faaliyetler 3 başlıkta toplanıyor. Birinci bileşen kadınlar ve gençler için sosyal girişimcilik. Bu bileşende 4400 kadın ve gence eğitimler, yeni kurum 10.000 avroya, mevcut girişimcilere ise 25.000 avroya kadar destek verilecek. İhtiyaç, sektör ve pazar analizleri yapılacak. İkinci bileşen sosyal girişimcilik ve geçim kaynağı tesisleri. Proje hayata geçtiğinde 11 ilde 7.000'den fazla kişinin faydalanabileceği 70 tesis açılacak. Üçüncü bileşen ise kapasite geliştirme. Bu alanda çalışmalar ihtiyaç analiziyle başlayacak. Ardından Türkiye için sosyal girişimcilik yol haritası çizilecek. Gerekli yasal ve kurumsal çerçeve tasarımı yapılacak. Proje kadınların ve gençlerin güçlenmesine destek vererek sinerjisiyle toplumsal uyumun kolaylaştırıcısı olma yolunda önemli kilometre taşlarından biri olacak.
Social entrepreneurship, empowerment and cohesion of the youth.
Saygıdeğer misafirlerimiz, Kalkınma Ajansları Genel Müdürlüğümüzün ve kalkınma ajanslarımızın tüm bu başarılı çalışmalarda sahip olduğu nitelikli uzman personelin çok büyük bir katkısı bulunmaktadır. Esteemed participants, DG of Development Agencies and the development agencies are indispensable and are critical to the success of our project. Programımızın bu bölümünde hanımefendiler, beyefendiler, Kalkınma Ajansları Genel Müdür Yardımcımız ve Proje Direktörümüz Sayın Ahmet Şimşek kendileri SEECO projesinin tanıtımını yapacaklar. Ve Sayın Ahmet Şimşek'i sahneye davet ediyorum. Buyurunuz efendim. Ladies and gentlemen, please allow me to give the floor to Mr. Ahmet Şimşek, Deputy Director General in charge of the development agencies. Thank you.
Sayın Bakanım, Sayın Valim, Sayın Büyükelçiler, kıymetli elçiler.
Distinguished ministers, distinguished guests, I would like to greet you as the policy makers. We would like to give you highlights in the inclusive framework of ecosystem, and in terms of comprehensive management, this is a term that we apply to. And in this term, the social entrepreneurship empowerment and cohesion project, short name SEECO, is one of the biggest projects of its kind in Turkey. And in this line, the SEECO project is one of the most powerful projects to found an ecosystem, and it's really important initiative. Distinguished guests, as the ministry with the development agencies, if I'm not wrong, the entrepreneurship is the area that we attach most importance to. And managing this area, we apply to many policy elements. So we really want for youth and women to get acquainted with the technology, and we found the do-it-yourself workshops. And in the high school, for the people in high school, we give them entrepreneurship trainings, and we also encourage them to found digital companies to experience the entrepreneurship. Actually, about the companies, we want to enhance their quality and quantity, and we build facilities in this regard. And these entrepreneurship centers, and to enhance the access of the corporations, we provide grants, we provide supports, and we want to take it one step further, and we found funds actually, and investment networks, and we support them. We take the people of capital to become a partner of the companies, and while managing this structure, we focus a certain aspect of the society, women and youth, and by following the international literature, we adapt and changes to our country, and we want to focus on the youth and the women, and offer a solution with in an innovative way, the long name of which is Social Entrepreneurship Empowerment and Cohesion Project. That's how we developed this project actually. And in the year 2001, this project has become operational. And in the middle of the 2022, it will meet with the beneficiaries. And in 2025, we foresee that this project will be completed. 39.5 million euros. With it, it will be one of the biggest projects of social entrepreneurship. The fund resource is FRIT 2 EU fund, and within the guidance of World Bank, which has the international expertise. And also it will be implemented with the relevant entities in our provinces. It will take place in 11 provinces: Mersin, Adana, Kahramanmaraş, Osmaniye, Hatay, Antep, Adıyaman, Diyarbakır, and Mardin. But its effects will seen throughout the country with the social entrepreneurship. The project objective is actually contributing to the social and economic empowerment of women and youth. In terms of social cohesion through social entrepreneurship, we don't want to leave anyone behind, and we want to distribute the wealth to all people. And we have three main targets, first of which is social development of the social entrepreneurship foundations, and we want to enhance the corporate capacity of the enterprises, and we want them to get access to the livelihood facilities. And by building this kind of facilities, we want to provide them with the necessary livelihood and the necessary means for them to keep up and to support new projects and new grants as well. And one of the issues that I most attach importance to is to make policies in national and global level. We want to empower the policy applying aspect, and we want to create a dialogue atmosphere. And in parallel with this objective, first component of this project is social entrepreneurship for women and youth. We have different aspects of funds and grants here. We want to finance these people, and we want to scale the already available means. And by constructing the common areas and livelihood facilities, we want to create environments where they can work and coexist together. And last but not least, capacity. By enhancing capacities, we want them to emerge in the global markets and to reach those areas. The main outputs actually is the direct training, the direct support to 4,400 women by this project, 2,000 new employment, and we're talking about consistent employment here, and it's not temporary, it's consistent and permanent. This goal is that. And 70 common production facilities, social entrepreneurship facilities, and it's really one of the important main outputs. And we also want to empower this project with the capacity enhancement activities, and we want our youth to meet these means. Of course, our main output is to construction of an empowered community, and this can be provided by empowered women and youth. By creating better social cohesion, we want to leave no one behind. And by providing an improved social entrepreneurship, I hope that this will provide a development dynamic to our country. In summary, this is the dynamics of our project. We hope that after our project started, we will have nice success stories and we will catch them all together. I thank you for listening to me. I greet you cordially.
Teşekkür ediyoruz efendim. Sağ olunuz. Mr. Deputy Director, thank you so much for your wonderful presentation and for all the details you've kindly shared with us. Thank you. Sosyal kalkınma uzmanı ve operasyon direktörü olan ve Dünya Bankası'ndan bizlere katılacak olan, yani projenin yürütücü ortağı Dünya Bankası'ndan sosyal kalkınma uzmanı ve operasyon direktörü Sayın Natasha Lema çevrim içi olarak bizlere katılacaklar ve proje hakkında bilgi verecekler. Şimdi Sayın Natasha Lema ile bağlantıyı gerçekleştiriyor olacağız. Ladies and gentlemen, now we will establish an online connection, and we will have Ms. Natasha Lema, Senior Social Development Specialist and Task Team Leader from the World Bank. Ms. Lema, can you hear us? Bizleri duyabiliyor musunuz? Can you hear us? We'd like to make sure that you hear us first. There might be an internet issue. Sayın Lema, bizleri duyabiliyorlar mı? Kontrol ediyoruz. Could you so kindly check whether your microphone is off? Because I understand that we cannot hear you clearly at the moment. Ms. Lema? We'd like to check once again. Ms. Lema? Ladies and gentlemen, we apologize for these technical issues, and I think there will be a video that will be also on, and that will be also by Ms. Lema, and she will be giving us the information on the project. And Ms. Lema, we cannot hear you, Ms. Lema. If you could so kindly check whether your microphone is off or not. Kendisini duyamadığımız için hanımefendiler, beyefendiler, kendisi tarafından hazırlanmış olan ve projenin detaylarını yine bizlerle paylaşacak olan bir videoyu belki de başlatıyor olacağız. Şimdi ilgili olan videoyu izliyoruz. Ladies and gentlemen, we will be watching the video by Miss Loma. Thank you.
Merhaba. Given the connection issue, I thought I would send a video message in case somebody won't connect to this excellent launch. I want to start by thanking MOIT and the development agencies for a very well organized launch in person and through social media, even though we have some online connection issues. And I'm very sorry the World Bank colleagues are not able to attend in person. So I wanted to introduce myself. I'm Natasha Loma. I'm a Senior Social Development Specialist at the World Bank. I have worked to support inclusion, employment of refugees and of communities at the World Bank in the last 12 years in about 15 countries. And for this project, I'm responsible to the World Bank and the EUD to ensure that the project follows what has been agreed upon. So my role and role of my team under the supervision of Auguste Poirier, our country director, and others, is to support MOIT and the development agencies as much as possible to ensure smooth implementation of the project. And this includes a number of tasks, including helping navigate World Bank procedures, ensuring the project remains adapted to the situation or making changes, providing technical assistance as needed, and I coordinate along with another task team leader who's currently on paternity leave, a large team including experts on environmental and social issues, on financial management and procurement, on social entrepreneurship, on inclusion and communication, and so on. In other words, the World Bank, MOIT, and the development agencies, we work really on a daily basis hand in hand to ensure the success of this project. And I want to say, as a task team leader, how excited and honored I am to be part of this very wonderful and promising endeavor. And I want to thank also the EU delegation colleagues for their very strong support. You have, I think by now, seen a lot of details about what the project is about. I was not part of the team that prepared the project. I became TTL just a few weeks before the project became effective in April 2021. And since then, I have not ceased to be impressed by MOIT's commitment, Ahmed Bey and his team's commitment to the project. And I really want to recognize all the efforts of MOIT colleagues who worked in addition to a very heavy work program to support the design and preparation of the project, and recognize also all the efforts by Fulya Yatmaz, our wonderful project coordinator, for her dedication and commitment. The project is very innovative in its design. It's the first time the World Bank is working to implement a project in Turkey with the support of development agencies, and I can see already from all the interactions that we've had the value added in terms of experience and expertise that the development agencies bring at the regional level. This is also a project that is the largest endeavor in Turkey on social entrepreneurship, and it aims to really support this aspect. So this concept of social entrepreneurship is not fully defined, but for the context of this project, we have defined it as a profit-making business that prioritizes social and environmental impact while reinvesting profit to support target beneficiaries. In this context, it's women, refugees, youth, and the disabled. We know that social entrepreneurship brings a lot of innovation. In the last year, 86% of social enterprises in Turkey have brought new products or services to the market. So it's a very exciting, innovative factor. As you know, the project is a fairly complex one with many activities, with a central project implementation unit in MYT, as well as 5 other project implementation units within the development agency. So it's a very heavy and complex machinery to put in place, and it has taken time, but we are now very confident that the activities will start on the ground very soon and will produce results that are visible, starting with the first cycle of livelihood-related facilities that will start in the coming months. I also expect that the project will be an excellent learning opportunity to better understand the potential of social entrepreneurship in Turkey and to understand what works well to support social enterprises with the potential to inform additional support in that could go beyond the 11 provinces where the project currently intervenes. To conclude, I want to say I very much look forward to continuing collaborating closely with MOIT, our development agencies colleagues and our EUD donors to join efforts and ensure that the SEECO project reaches its full potential. Teşekkürler.
Sayın Natasha Lema'ya katkılarından dolayı çok teşekkür ediyoruz. Thank you, Ms. Natasha Lema, for your valuable contribution. Distinguished participants, SEECO project's target audience is the young people, young individuals, and are the women. Among us is a distinguished name who has rolled up her sleeves and went down onto the site and to the actual location to work side by side with the young and the women at the site on the ground, which sets the core and soul of this very project. Değerli katılımcılar, SEECO projemizin hedef kitlesinde kalbinde yer alan gençler ve kadınlarla birlikte yan yana omuz omuza çalışarak bölgemizde başarılı faaliyetlere imza atmış bir isim var aramızda. Ladies and gentlemen, now I'd like to give the floor to Ambassador Twice, and she's the chairperson, founder of the Ravdanur Foundation in Gaziantep, and she'll be talking about the impact of the project in the region. Sayın Ravdanur Cuma'yı, özellikle de 2 kez barış elçisi seçilmiş olan Sayın Cuma'yı, projenin bölgede yaratacağı etkiyi edindiği deneyimler üzerinden dinlemek için sahneye davet ediyorum. Sayın Ravdanur Cuma, buyurunuz efendim.
Sayın Bakanım, Avrupa Birliği Delegasyon Başkanı, Sayın Bakanım, Avrupa Birliği Delegasyon Başkanı ve değerli
Distinguished Minister, European Union Delegation Chair, and distinguished guests, I would like to thank you for inviting me. My name is Ravdanur Cuma. 10 years ago, I came to this country as a migrant. I was 13 years old, and now, after 10 years, I'm now in front of you talking. In the civil war started in Syria, we all witnessed its impact in Turkey and the world. We lived it, we witnessed it. And the biggest price was paid by the youth. As a Syrian youngster today, I'm together with you. As a migrant little girl, my struggle has started in the camp and now continue it with the Ravdanur Foundation. As the Ravdanur Foundation, we support the children to be educated and prevent the child marriages. And in terms of these works, we carry out them in Turkey and in a cross-borders context. And up until now, we prevented child marriage of 3,000 people and also their education. In the cross-border studies, the Blue Crescent Foundation, which is a very active foundation, I work with them, it acts as the objective foundation, and it gives the necessary services, and it plays the pioneer role in this context. And within this goal, we design and realize the project alongside with the Blue Crescent Foundation. And I myself take part in works ranging from access to clean water to construction of hospitals. And with the Global Refugee Network, I am the co-founder of it, and I am the Middle Eastern representative of it. And I want to make the 80 million migrants of world to be heard, and I want to enhance their way of life, and that's why I design and realize this kind of projects. In this context, this social entrepreneurship, empowerment and cohesion processes and activities pertaining to it, it's greatly important that supporting the entrepreneurship empowerment of the women and the youth, and for them to be a qualified people in their occupations. It's really important in terms of their contribution to the industry of the city that they are located, and to contribute to the cities of their former cities in the country in which the war is now over. And it's really important that they reconstruct that area, and it will be and it's a great pleasure for me to be in the Social Entrepreneurship Empowerment and Cohesion Project launch event. In the last 11 years, the Turkish Republic has hosted millions of refugees and giving them every kind of opportunities, such as health and education. In terms of social entrepreneurship and social cohesion, realizing these projects, social entrepreneurship and empowerment enables a lot of opportunities, and the civil entities and the civil foundations play a big role in realization of this project. In the present day, this work that I'm referring to is contributing to the future work, and I really believe that this should be emphasized. This work serving to the social entrepreneurship and empowerment is really important to us for the Republic of Turkey. Thanks to the Republic of Turkey, without distinction of language, religion and ethnicity, it's providing the entrepreneurship of women and children. For every people living in the Republic of Turkey, it's a light of hope. None of us known what was going to happen until we came here. We had happy lives, we had a way of life. The war first took our home, then took our country. Every refugee child wants to serve the future of the Turkey because they will receive our education. Regardless of where they came from, we see every children and women as a hope in the future. From the different cities, they all came together, they overcame all of the difficulties, and it wasn't easy to become adapted. We really struggled a lot, and we are succeeding in it. No one was born as migrants, and war is no one else's fault. We are not here to become a burden. We want to live as equal people, as equal. We had to come here, and we had to build an equal lives. And against the anti-migration discourse, we are giving a struggle. We really want the war to end, and we want that the education we receive in Turkey will help us. Through our experiences, we want to empower our country again. We want to live a peaceful and prosperous life. We believe that thanks to projects like these, the women and youth will be provided with rich opportunities, and we will remind them how important they are. This project will create new opportunities and new hopes. The ever-changing world, we need to be active, and we can share. We want to show everyone actually this and we don't want to pay the price for the war that we didn't start. On the very contrary, we want to be a part of the live and to construct. The power of the love, the first people with love will beat the brute force, and the world will live the peace. Thank you for listening to me.
Sayın Cuma'ya bu son derece etkileyici konuşmalar için çok teşekkür ediyoruz. Thank you Ms. Cuma for this very moving speech of yours. Sayın Bakanım, Sayın Valim, değerli büyükelçiler, kıymetli eşleri, protokol, SEECO projesinin açılış toplantısına teşrifleriniz için çok teşekkür ediyoruz. Distinguished Minister, Governor, distinguished Mr. and Mrs. Ambassadors, distinguished protocol, thank you for your very cordial presence here today for your participation to the opening ceremony of the SEECO project. Hanımefendiler, beyefendiler, şimdi çok kısa olarak kıymetli protokolümüzü öncelikle hediye takdimi için sahneye, kürsüye davet ediyor olacağız ve daha sonra ise aile fotoğrafının çekilmesi ise küçük balkonda, terasta yer alıyor olacak. Ladies and gentlemen, esteemed participants, esteemed protocol, may I now invite members of the distinguished protocol to the stage where we will be having the token of appreciations being presented. And then we will be having a family photo at the small balcony at the terrace. Ladies and gentlemen, we will be presenting you a mirror, not an ordinary mirror of course, but this one enjoys a mythical figure of Şahmaran. This is a token of appreciation from the bottom of our hearts to you all, and it is a reminder of today's launch event. This is a mirror with such a powerful mythological symbol of Mardin and Mesopotamia. Hanımefendiler, beyefendiler, Mardin ve Mezopotamya'nın bereket ve bilgeliğinin sembolü Şahmeran figürlü aynamızı bugünün hatırası olarak sizlerle paylaşmak istiyoruz. Öncelikle sahneye Sayın Bakanımız Çetin Ali Dönmez'in teşriflerini arz ediyorum efendim. Kendisi Mardin Valisi Sayın Mahmut Demirtaş'a hediyemizi sunuyor olacaklar. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Minister Çetin Ali Dönmez is now presenting a token of appreciation to Mr. Governor Mahmut Demirtaş. Mr. Minister now will present his token of appreciation to His Excellency Mr. Ambassador Mayor. Thank you, Mr. Ambassador. Evet efendim, özür diliyorum. Evet efendim. Şahmaran is the symbol for prosperity and of wisdom, and this is a symbol for Mardin and Mesopotamia and can be traced back to pre-Islamic period, and we hope that it will bring us the best of luck for the further success stories under this very project. Thank you, sir. Now may I invite to the floor all our ambassadors and all our members of the protocol. I'm sorry, may I make a correction please? The family photo will be taken on the balcony, on the small balcony. Sayın Valim, Sayın Bakanım, Sayın Genel Müdürüm, Sayın Büyükelçiler, aile fotoğrafımız küçük balkonda, terasta çekilecek. Aile fotoğrafı için küçük balkona geçiyoruz efendim. Now we're moving to the small balcony terrace for a family photo to be taken. Thank you. Kıymetli katılımcılarımız, 15 dakikalık bir kahve molası sonrasında derhal bir panelle devam ediyor olacağız. Hatırlatmak
Distinguished guests, we will continue with, we will have 50-minute coffee break, and after that we'll continue with the panel with our distinguished panelists. Thank you.
Ses deneme 1 2 3 4 5 cihaz deneme cihaz kontrol ses deneme. Deneme 1 2 3 4 5 cihaz deneme cihaz kontrol ses deneme. Deneme 1 2 3 4 5 prova test 1 2 3 4 5 cihaz deneme cihaz kontrol ses deneme. Deneme 1 2 3 4 5 cihaz deneme cihaz kontrol ses deneme. Ses deneme cihaz deneme.
Zaman sonsuzluğa akıyor. Destansı Mezopotamya'da. Bu coğrafyada tarihin özü geleceğe ışıldıyor. Mezopotamya markasıyla Türkiye'nin kadim toprakları global bir kimliğe bürünüyor. Tarih, doğa, gastronomi, kültür ve ilimin muazzam bir ahenk içinde olduğu 9 şehir Mezopotamya'nın efsunuyla cezbedici bir destinasyona dönüşüyor. Muhteşem bir bilinmezliğe açılan bu kapıdan girerken telkari misali çalışılan rotalar seyyahlara rehber oluyor. Fırat ve Dicle birbirini seyre dursun. Onları ayıran bereketli bahçe dünyanın gözbebeği haline geliyor. Medeniyetlerin doğduğu bu destansı topraklar dünyada parmakla gösterilen turizm rotaları arasındaki yerini alıyor. Geçmiş, bugün ve gelecek bu topraklarda hemdem oluyor. Mezopotamya tüm dünyayı zamana dokunmaya davet ediyor. Zaman sonsuzluğa akıyor. Destansı Mezopotamya'da. Bu coğrafyada tarihin özü geleceğe ışıldıyor. Mezopotamya markasıyla Türkiye'nin kadim toprakları global bir kimliğe bürünüyor. Tarih, doğa, gastronomi, kültür ve ilimin muazzam bir ahenk içinde olduğu 9 şehir Mezopotamya'nın efsunuyla cezbedici bir destinasyona dönüşüyor. Muhteşem bir bilinmezliğe açılan bu kapıdan girerken telkari misali çalışılan rotalar seyyahlara rehber oluyor. Fırat ve Dicle birbirini seyre dursun. Onları ayıran bereketli bahçe dünyanın gözbebeği haline geliyor. Medeniyetlerin doğduğu bu destansı topraklar dünyada parmakla gösterilen turizm rotaları arasındaki yerini alıyor. Geçmiş, bugün ve gelecek bu topraklarda hemdem oluyor. Mezopotamya tüm dünyayı zamana dokunmaya davet ediyor. Zaman sonsuzluğa akıyor. Destansı Mezopotamya'da. Bu coğrafyada tarihin özü geleceğe ışıldıyor. Mezopotamya markasıyla Türkiye'nin kadim toprakları global bir kimliğe bürünüyor. Tarih, doğa, gastronomi, kültür ve ilimin muazzam bir ahenk içinde olduğu 9 şehir Mezopotamya'nın efsunuyla cezbedici bir destinasyona dönüşüyor. Muhteşem bir bilinmezliğe açılan bu kapıdan girerken telkari misali çalışılan rotalar seyyahlara rehber oluyor. Fırat ve Dicle birbirini seyre dursun. Onları ayıran bereketli bahçe dünyanın gözbebeği haline geliyor. Medeniyetlerin doğduğu bu destansı topraklar dünyada parmakla gösterilen turizm rotaları arasındaki yerini alıyor. Geçmiş, bugün ve gelecek bu topraklarda hemdem oluyor. Mezopotamya tüm dünyayı zamana dokunmaya davet ediyor. Zaman sonsuzluğa akıyor. Destansı Mezopotamya'da. Bu coğrafyada tarihin özü geleceğe ışıldıyor. Mezopotamya markasıyla Türkiye'nin kadim toprakları global bir kimliğe bürünüyor. Tarih, doğa, gastronomi, kültür ve ilimin muazzam bir ahenk içinde olduğu 9 şehir Mezopotamya'nın efsunuyla cezbedici bir destinasyona dönüşüyor. Muhteşem bir bilinmezliğe açılan bu kapıdan girerken telkari misali çalışılan rotalar seyyahlara rehber oluyor. Fırat ve Dicle birbirini seyre dursun. Onları ayıran bereketli bahçe dünyanın gözbebeği haline geliyor. Medeniyetlerin doğduğu bu destansı topraklar, dünyada parmakla gösterilen turizm rotaları arasındaki yerini alıyor. Geçmiş, bugün ve gelecek bu topraklarda hemdem oluyor. Mezopotamya tüm dünyayı zamana dokunmaya davet ediyor. Zaman sonsuzluğa akıyor destansı Mezopotamya'da. Bu coğrafyada tarihin özü geleceğe ışıldıyor. Mezopotamya markasıyla Türkiye'nin kadim toprakları global bir kimliğe bürünüyor. Tarih, doğa, gastronomi, kültür ve ilimin muazzam bir ahenk içinde olduğu 9 şehir Mezopotamya'nın efsunuyla cezbedici bir destinasyona dönüşüyor. Muhteşem bir bilinmezliğe açılan bu kapıdan girerken telkari misali çalışılan rotalar seyyahlara rehber oluyor. Fırat ve Dicle birbirini seyre dursun. Onları ayıran bereketli bahçe dünyanın gözbebeği haline geliyor. Medeniyetlerin doğduğu bu destansı topraklar dünyada parmakla gösterilen turizm rotaları arasındaki yerini alıyor. Geçmiş, bugün ve gelecek bu topraklarda hemdem oluyor. Mezopotamya tüm dünyayı zamana dokunmaya davet ediyor. Zaman sonsuzluğa akıyor. Destansı Mezopotamya'da. Bu coğrafyada tarihin özü geleceğe ışıldıyor. Mezopotamya markasıyla Türkiye'nin kadim toprakları global bir kimliğe bürünüyor. Tarih, doğa, gastronomi, kültür ve ilimin muazzam bir ahenk içinde olduğu 9 şehir Mezopotamya'nın efsunuyla cezbedici bir destinasyona dönüşüyor. Muhteşem bir bilinmezliğe açılan bu kapıdan girerken telkari misali çalışılan rotalar seyyahlara rehber oluyor. Fırat ve Dicle birbirini seyre dursun. Onları ayıran bereketli bahçe dünyanın gözbebeği haline geliyor. Medeniyetlerin doğduğu bu destansı topraklar dünyada parmakla gösterilen turizm rotaları arasındaki yerini alıyor. Geçmiş, bugün ve gelecek bu topraklarda hemdem oluyor. Mezopotamya tüm dünyayı zamana dokunmaya davet ediyor. Zaman sonsuzluğa akıyor. Destansı Mezopotamya'da. Bu coğrafyada tarih Mezopotamya markasıyla Türkiye'nin kadim toprakları global bir kimliğe bürünüyor. Tarih, doğa, gastronomi, kültür ve ilimin muazzam bir ahenk içinde olduğu 9 şehir Mezopotamya'nın efsunuyla cezbedici bir destinasyona dönüşüyor. Muhteşem bir bilinmezliğe açılan bu kapıdan girerken telkari misali çalışılan rotalar seyyahlara rehber oluyor. Fırat ve Dicle birbirini seyre dursun. Onları ayıran bereketli bahçe dünyanın gözbebeği haline geliyor. Medeniyetlerin doğduğu bu destansı topraklar dünyada parmakla gösterilen turizm rotaları arasındaki yerini alıyor. Geçmiş, bugün ve gelecek bu topraklarda
Saygıdeğer
Dear guests, with your permission,
Hemen değerli panelistlerimizi sosyal girişimcilikte başarı hikayeleri paneli için sahnede görüyoruz. Çok teşekkürler. Panelimizin moderatörü Bilkent Üniversitesi Kamu Yönetimi ve Siyaset Bilimi öğretim üyesi Sayın Doçent Doktor Saime Özçürümez olacaklar. Harvard, McGill, Orta Doğu Teknik Üniversitelerinde görev üstlenen Sayın Özçürümez, yurt dışı ve yurt içinde pek çok başarılı akademik yayına imza atmaya devam ediyor. Sayın Özçürümez, kişi hareketliliği süreçleri ve etkileşimi, sosyal uyum, toplumsal bütünleşme ve zorunlu göç üzerine çalışmalar yürütmektedir. Sayın Özçürümez, buyurunuz efendim. Alkışlarımızla güzel bir panele başlıyoruz. Ne dersiniz şöyle uyanmak için? Teşekkürler efendim, sağ olun.
Distinguished guests, in the panels that we listened to, I've taken a lot of notes, but I think 3 points were very important: sustainable development, supporting entrepreneurship, and coming from Ms. Ravda, things to do to lead a successful life. After listening all of this, the social entrepreneurship, empowerment, and development, now there will be some valuable people who will share their success stories regarding the issues I've just mentioned. Before talking with our panelists, I want to ask them 2 questions, so let's use time in this way. Firstly, can you please introduce yourself? And beside that, can you share your social entrepreneurship success story? How have you started? What kind of problems you identified? In which areas you worked? So we want to hear your experiences, both the good sides and bad sides. Please kindly share with us. I would like to start with Ms. Isabella Erşahin. Hello, my name is Isabella Erşahin. I come from Istanbul, but as you can hear, I'm a foreigner, I'm a migrant. Turkey hosted me 15 years ago. We loved the country so much that we do not leave. For 10 years, I've been activities in Istanbul. So I'll kind of get into this world by coincidence. In this period, coming from stories from my grandmother, the handwork, and I started the entrepreneurship with this. But then after a nice reaction from the customers, I wanted to carry it to the professional work life. So I founded my website and I found various customers from abroad. But while I was producing that products alone, I couldn't care with the other issues. So now I'm going to talk to you why I got in this by coincidence. I said, if you're a housewife like me and if you want to have some additional income by the housework, do you want to join my team? So this was my publication. It was very short and it received a huge reaction. In 1 week, 2,000 people maybe called me and they said things like, I'm a housewife too, I can't find job, I want to do things like this, and so on. And it received so much reaction that I had to take it down because throughout the week, my phone didn't stop ringing. Sometimes their husband called, sometimes the housewives called themselves, and they said they wanted to work with us. And meanwhile, unfortunately, my partner, who's Miss Zeynep, is not here. She contributed a lot, and she said, I have a small team with me. If you want, we can start right away. And I visited her, and we liked each other very much. The cultural differences, regardless of my bad Turkish knowledge then, we spoke, it was as though we spoke in same language. And with Miss Zeynep, we conducted some work focused on women and housewives. We found a company in this regard, and for the women that cannot participate in professional life traditionally. So what does that mean? Hours. Some of them was to work in our workshop, some of them was to produce on their own. And we had a child area in our workshop, because if that housewife had, and after 9 years, we are working with 120 women, 30 of which is Syrian refugee. And I would like to invite everyone, please come and see. Miracles are happening, actually. Productive and hardworking women under the same roof, and we are succeeding. We are doing some very good things. Thank you, Ms. Isabella. You shared your experience in an excited manner and a short manner. Thank you. Now, Ms. Sevgi, please, the floor is yours, madam. Hello. I was born in 1978 in Gaziantep, mother of 5 children, and I'm a housewife. I was a housewife until 2017, Gaziantep municipality for agriculture project, and they asked us, "Are you with us?" So until I heard that question, I was a housewife, and Miss Aysel really helped us, and I stopped being a housewife then, and after that. I wondered what this project is, and within the framework of that project, I received training for 34 days with the help of Ishkran. After receiving that training, for the women that did not have a life visiting their relatives in the villages, we really made a big progress, and we went to India. And this was kind of thing that I couldn't even see it in my dream, have it in my dream. So the provincial agriculture director said that, "Are you with us? Will you continue?" I said, I haven't seen anyone. I didn't have any social life up until then. And as soon as I know the Moringa, and I went to India, so why not? I succeeded this thing. So after we were introduced with Moringa, I got to see many cities thanks to it. So I have a presentation. We received trainings. After receiving trainings, we saw how to grow Moringa, how to produce, what are its benefits, what are its uses. We researched that. So when we went to India, we saw the workplaces that could do this thing, because we received, I'd like to thank the foundation of Miss Ipek and also the copy brand. Thank you. You held our hand and you brought us thus far. I'm really grateful. We want that every woman in the rural areas get those help, and so that they can get somewhere. I know such women that there is nothing that they cannot succeed. And I am the example. I graduated from primary school, and after that, I realized that I had to memorize my Turkish identity number, and after that, how to see an institution, how to request something from that institution. I didn't know beforehand, and with Moringa, I knew this kind of things. I was very afraid, actually, very afraid. And after Moringa, I was socialized. And I thought to myself, why shouldn't I? Everyone is doing it. Why shouldn't? Middle school, I graduated. I attempted for driver's license and I obtained it. And now I'm taking my fellow women. I'm arranging their transport. I can arrange my own work. I don't ask my husband to take me there, do my shopping. I don't ask anything of him. And this is the self-esteem that I got from these 5 years. I wish that I was able to do that before that 5 years. So I'm saying I work with Syrian women in our areas, and we really help them. And when necessary, we became one with both Syrian and Turkish women. And this was actually very beneficial to the people, and we really contribute to the people, and I really like this fact. The both women and men and little children, when they return to us, they tell some fantastic things, such as, I used this, I had some joint pain, and I don't feel the pain anymore. So I really felt proud. I want that everyone is able to succeed that, and everyone. Let's not sit around. Let's not stay behind. There is nothing that the women cannot achieve. And if someone's not to do it, it was me, but I did. Of course, this is the main reason. The main reason that cooperative got to this point. Actually, we gave up. There will be a strong management. The people will be consistent. And we saw some